Hi everyone, welcome to my channel ForTheGeeks. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can secure your .NET Core Web APIs behind Azure AD Authentication. I will also show you how you can verify that through Postman, and I will also show you how you can integrate it with a React application. So if you haven't watched my previous video or my other video wherein I show how you can secure your React app with Azure AD, so I would highly recommend that you watch that video first before watching this. And I will put the link to that video in the description box below. I also wrote a blog on the same, so I'll put that link too in the description box. I log into Azure portal, I create a new registration. So this registration is for the .NET Core application. So I name it .NET Core Web API registration. I leave the redirect URL optional field empty for now. So keep these things handy: client ID, tenant ID, and the domain ID. I will show you where domain ID is. In the API permissions, there is already this graph permission with user.read available. Back in branding and properties, this is where you have the domain. So keep this thing handy too. You will need it soon, along with the client ID and the tenant ID I showed you earlier. Now it's time to expose an API. So first thing you have to do is you have to add application ID URI, just the way I did. And then you have to add a scope. So I will give a scope name of access underscore as user. So you can give any name. I will allow admin and users here, and I will give the display name. So basically this is what the scope will be called in the consent screen when admins consent to the scope. So you can give any display name here, admin consent display name. I will give it access underscore read, and I will put a description here, and I will add the scope. So I'm back on the overview screen, and in here you can see these redirect URIs. I will click on add a redirect URI here, and in here I will click on add a platform. I will click web because first I will be testing my API through Postman. So if you are testing through Postman, or if you have any other service that you will be calling it from, add that URI. Since I am testing it from Postman, I give the Postman callback URI here. I will show you what it means. So basically this is my Postman on the authorization. Auth type is OAuth 2.0. I selected authorization code, and see, if you check this checkbox which is authorized using browser, you get this URL. So that is the URL. I have put it as redirect URI here because when we test it from Postman, we need to tell Azure AD that it has to go back to Postman's callback URL. Now what I do is I go to this certificate and secrets option. I click on new client secret, and I have to enter a description and an expiry date. So it came as recommended 180 days, that is 6 months. So for all the confidential clients, example a web application or a server-side application, a client secret is mandatory. On the other hand, if there are public clients, example like a mobile app or a single page application, in such cases client secret is not mandatory. So in this case, since we'll be testing through Postman, our web API, .NET Core Web API, we need a client secret here. So let's add that now. I will give a description which will be the name of the secret, and I will leave the expires as default. I click on add here, and you can see there is this API secret generated, so you can copy this value. You will need it soon when we configure our .NET Core application. This is the application I was talking about at the beginning of the video, wherein I secure my React app through Azure AD. So the application name is my-react Azure AD app. I will put the link to the source code, GitHub source code, in the description box below too, so that you can just clone it or download the zip and continue to work here. What I will do is I will extend the React application to call the secure .NET Core API. So earlier I was just showing you how you can secure a React app, but in this particular video wherein I extend the React frontend, What I will do is I will call the .NET Core API that is secured now. So we will test the .NET Core API not only through Postman but also through React frontend. So I will take you through this application now. So we have an app.js which checks for is authenticated, and if the user is successfully logged in, then we have this welcome screen, or we will navigate to the login component. On the login.js, we wrap the app component between MC and provider. So if you want to see the detailed explanation, you can check out my other video like I mentioned, wherein I explain all these things in detail. So I will start the application now and I click on login with Azure AD. In this, under permission requested, what you see is the React frontend registered name of the application on Azure AD. So this React app hyphen web API integration hyphen FE app registration is the name I registered with on Azure AD. I accept it here. You can see this welcome to our application login screen. Now I will create a .NET Core Web API. I give the project name Secure Web API. I leave it default .NET 8.0 and I create the application. By default, we have this weather forecast controller. I will secure this API behind the authentication. What I will do now here is in app setting.json, I will paste domain, tenant ID, client ID instance in Azure AD as the key of the JSON object. So all this domain, tenant ID and client ID, we got it after we registered the app on Azure AD. Now I add the authorize attribute to secure my API and I install the necessary package, which is ASP.NET Core.authorization. I will start the application, and when I try to execute weather forecast, I get this no authentication was specified error. So it says no authentication is specified and there was no default challenge scheme found. So it can be found on the output here to the same error message I get here. And just to show you that it is because I added this authorize attribute to the weather forecast controller. What I will do is I will comment out this and retest it once more, and this time when I try it out I get the 200 response with the JSON object returned. So now it means that I have to add a few more configurations to my controller so that it starts working. Ideally, with all the configurations you should get 401 unauthorized if you try to access the API without the access token. So what I do is I call builder.services.add authentication and I install this authentication.jwt bearer package, and I choose the authentication scheme there on JWT bearer defaults. And after that I install Microsoft Identity Web API. So I had to go to NuGet package manager and I search with identity web.web and I install this package on my web API. So that gives me this identity.web package. I can use it here and I pass in the section Azure AD from the JSON object. On top of use authorization, I call app.useAuthentication now. And I want to re-emphasize the fact that this Azure AD get section, it is coming from this. So it can be any other name too. I just called it Azure AD. I start the application and I bring across the Postman tool. I will run through the changes that I have made here. So under authorization, I select OAuth 2. You see the token here because I already used it, but in your case, it will be empty. I scroll down and you see this auth URL, token URL, client ID, secret, and scope, and state I just entered as 123. All these things I have configured in environment, named it local. Auth URL, token URL, scope, all these things come from after we have registered our app on Azure AD. I have put the template of auth URL, token URL and scope. You have to just replace it with your values there. So we have already seen all these things, and the scope is what we got after we added a scope with a name, and auth URL and token URL, you have to just replace the tenant ID with the tenant ID what you got after you registered the backend application. You can go to overview and just copy the tenant ID there. Same with the client ID too. You can copy it from the overview section. If you scroll down and click on get new access token, it will pop up a screen on your browser. I'm already authenticated on my browser, so it just opens Postman and says authentication is complete. I click on use token and you can see that my weather forecast controllers get method is called. That's because we are sending the token, and I see a 200 success here. One more thing that you might have to do is enable CORS. So I have to install this CORS package, and in program.cs I had to configure it. I had to add CORS to the services object, and to the builder object I had to do allow any origin, allow any method, allow any header, and down below I had to add the policy use CORS allow all. So after doing this only, my weather forecast controller was successfully returning the response. Now that we have seen how you can access the secured API through Postman, let's do the same through React frontend. So I go to authentication here, I add a platform, and this time instead of web I choose single page application. I know my React app is running on 3000, so I give that URL here. You can see here HTTP localhost 3000 is mentioned. Now I go to my React app, and in app.js I add this line 32 to 43. On basically what happens is when you have an account, when you are logged in, it sets the auth token to response.access token. And when you have the access token, that is the auth token, I do the fetch call to my weather forecast controller, and I set the header as authorization with bearer token, auth token that we received. One more thing needs to be configured is in auth-config.js, I have to add the scope URL. This is the scope we got after we registered the backend application in Azure AD. So this is important to be added so that the front-end application can access the API. I start my front-end application now with npm start. I get this login with Azure AD button. First I see the React front-end application in here. Then the second one is the backend .NET Core application that we registered. I accept both. And you can see this time too, we hit the weather forecast controllers get method with the token, and we also get a success message. That's how you secure a .NET Core application behind Azure AD, and I also showed you how you can access through the Postman, and even how a React front-end application can call the secure .NET Core API. Like I mentioned, I will leave the link to the GitHub source code of the React application as well as this .NET Core application in the description box below. I will also leave the link to my other video wherein I show how to secure your React app through Azure AD. That video's link also I will leave in the description box below. If you have any queries or questions, do let me know in the comment box. If you like the video, do like it and hopefully leave some good comments so that I know that it helped you in some way. And lastly, don't forget to share your experience with authentication. Good or bad, whatever, just leave that too in the comments box below. I will be reading each and every comment. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Take care.